regime of Libyan leader Moammar Gadhafi are spreading. Protesters and the factions that back them control much of eastern Libya. In Tobruk, Army Colonel Salma Issa says she's no longer afraid.
We are female officers working at night. Although we do not have enough weapons, we never feel afraid. Until the last child, the chanting will still be for freedom and for Moammar to go.
As protests in Libya have built steam, so has international condemnation of Mr. Gadhafi and the violence he has used against demonstrators. U.S. President Barack Obama.
The suffering and bloodshed is outrageous, and it is unacceptable. So are threats and orders to shoot peaceful protesters and further punish the people of Libya. These actions violate international norms and every standard of common decency. This violence must stop.
Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi gathered parliament members to discuss a phone call he made to Mr. Gadhafi, urging him to end the violence. Lawmakers also discussed the possible flight of Libyans to Europe.
The main problem will be a migratory influx. That is why a group of us ministers have formed a permanent committee on Libya.
Mr. Berlusconi has been friendly with Mr. Gadhafi in the past, and Libya is Italy's biggest oil supplier. Islamic Jihad and Hamas demonstrators in Gaza are calling for Mr. Gadhafi's ouster.
We call on the Libyan people to continue their revolution and their uprising in order to kick this man out.
At Arab League headquarters in Cairo, a more sedate but similar statement.
The truth is, we're all very angry at what we have been hearing from Libya and its dealings with civilians.
Worldwide, evacuation efforts are underway. The French military released video Wednesday showing the evacuation of more than 400 French and other European nationals from the Libyan capital Tripoli. A reporter asked this man if he felt relief.
Given the state the airport is in, with everything canceled, without regular flights, were we going to get on them? Not sure. So a really big whew.
But with Mr. Gadhafi vowing to fight until his death, there's no relief in sight for Libya, as Johns Hopkins University professor Marius Deebs puts it.
And he has always projected himself as, God's gift to the Libyan people, tremendously megalomaniac, very self-centered, and therefore it's very difficult to convince him that he's not wanted by the Libyan people.
Deeb expects that in the coming weeks, forces in western Libya will rise up against Mr. Gadhafi and defeat him. Laurel, Bowman, VOA News, Washington.